Hi, everybody. Tabletop Santa here, coming to you from Decatur, Illinois. I had to come down here to do this interview with my good friend Seppy from Fight in a Box because the internet in the North Pole just is the worst. Seppy, thanks for joining us.
Hey, I did not know that elves were terrible at Wi-Fi, but that makes a lot of sense now.
Great at magic, great at building, horrible, horrible IT crew.
Yes. I was always surprised when Santa would deliver something tech related, and yeah, I always expected it to be made out of wood. That's what all the those
Right?
animation shows that we had growing up
Yeah.
had. I wanted Snow Miser to show up, but no.
No, they're just the worst. And I mean, I actually have a partnership with Walmart now, apparently, and Amazon, because doesn't everybody?
Yeah, wow. Yeah, you've really modernized. Yeah, you were Jeff Bezos before Jeff Bezos.
I just know how to monetize it properly.
Yeah, he helped you. I can see like your sleigh, just all the hover drones going through chimneys now, Santa. That is
Oh,
that
yeah.
is
Really taking a
apocalyptic.
load
Oh
off.
my God, I'm gonna get a shotgun.
It's so good. So, Seppy, tell us about Fight in a Box. This is your publishing company. You're known as a game designer for the most part. I mean, I've always known you as a game designer, but now as a publisher. How long has that been around, and what's the whole vision?
We started in 2013. My business partner Bob and I and two other guys, and we were like, "Hey, Seppy, your game End of Line is really good. Why don't we get together and publish it and Kickstarter and crowdfunding?" And I was like, "Then what is crowdfunding?" So we decided that we should grassroots it. So I took our first game, which is Squirrel or Die. I don't know if you ever saw the handcrafted wood versions. By handcrafted, I mean I put the wood in the laser cutter and we polished them up, and then I packaged 1,200 of these.
By yourself.
And yeah, with my friend Bob and Muson Minis in Iowa, and we
Elves are yourselves.
yeah. So I'm Asian, we're half elf. So so we went around for 2 years building our audience so we could kickstart End of Line, and then End of Line kickstarted successfully. And then thanks to a lot of help from people, we were able to get that into distribution. We made a case study with a local game retailer called Games by James. They've got like 7 stores. Plus air traffic, the two of them, whatever it is. And so we made a case study with them, and then we ended up bringing it to various people. And that's how we ended up distribution. And so this is why my poor life choice has maintained for the last 7 years. But yeah, I call myself chief game designer because you got to give yourself the title that what you want. But right now I'm like running the business of the published company, like hardcore. I do all the things. I wear all the hats. So yeah, does that answer the question, Santa?
That answers the
Is
question.
that naughty or is that nice?
That is excessive. But absolutely, you know what? Just because you brought it up, let me go ahead and make sure that I have you on my nice list.
Yes. Oh, that's what I want. I want to be on Santa's nice list.
Nice list.
Oh, nice.
We'll get you in here so that there is no question where you're supposed to be.
I want laughter for Christmas, Santa.
Oh,
I think everybody needs. I think I need everybody. Oh, look at that! I think everybody needs a little bit of that this year, and that's what I want.
But you know what I think where people can find laughter is in community and board games, right?
Yeah.
And speaking of which, you are a part of another thing that helps build community, an online thing.
Yeah.
What's
So I'm moonlighting for a company that's out of Minnesota called Sovereignty. And it is a board gaming platform similar to Board Game Arena or Tabletopia or Tabletop Simulator. But it's inherently different because it is a cross-platform and it's rules enforced.
Okay.
So what that means is if you're hanging out on your PC, I can hang out on my phone and we can play in a game together.
Nice.
Okay. It's super good. What Rules of Force means is if you've ever played Tabletopia or Tabletop Simulator, you know it's a sandbox. You can flip the table, do whatever you want, which is also very cool. But for teaching games, so that people can only make the choices that the game allows, and then the game does the scorekeeping for you, that's super nice for teaching people games.
Yeah.
And so we have our Hedgehog Hop on that platform, and oh, Santa, super secret, we are going to have our game that we're kickstarting in January called Mouse, Cheese, Cat, Cucumber. It's going to hit that platform before the Kickstarter, so people can play it, play with me, play with Bob, that's my business partner, and have fun with it.
And so anybody watching, if just so you know, I am currently undefeated at that game. I played it at Gamma this year, the last convention that we were all able to attend, and I just destroyed my opponents. It was glorious. I am a sore loser sometimes, but I'm a really bad winner sometimes too.
Yeah, Mouse Cheese is fantastic. It's asymmetrical. It's quick. We have 2 expansion modes going with the game to make it sort of a meatier 45-minute game, and to change it up as well. It has 4 modes. It has the everybody mode. It has 2 solo modes, and then it's also a puzzle.
Oh, what?
You can put the tiles together, and there's a mystery story that's been going on this entire time for Mouse Cheese. So it is 4 in 1.
That's like big brain thoughts right there. It's like, no, this is a game, but it's also a puzzle that tells a story, but you won't even know it until you tell you that it's a thing like that. That's
right. No, yeah, there's 28 tiles. The tiles can be configured together to tell the story that happens in the maze. Of course, it's still a playable game. And then there's 2 solo modes so that you can, this is what happens, Santa, when you trap your elves into small places for extended periods of time with things that they love. They could, instead of making toys for the world, like all the world, they might make one really amazing toy just for themselves.
Right. It's like, I am sick and tired of saying all this wood. I'm going to go ahead and build this thing on the side, and it's going to be the best.
It is crazy. Yeah, like asymmetrical is awesome. Hidden rolls is awesome. Tile twisting. Some people have a very strong feeling about tile twisting. It's a tile placement game. Hopefully, people who like that kind of thing will love this game, because it is. How much would you pay for that, Santa? This is the most overwrought.
So having seen it, having played it, and having had touched the tiles, because if I believe, if I'm right, they're acrylic.
That's the super deluxe edition.
Okay, so those ones if they weren't the acrylic, if they're just the ones that we played with, then I would say $35, $40.
It's $13.
What?
It comes in a box like this. It's $13. I spent my life on this game. It's $13. Mouse Cheese is $13. It's fantastic. I wanted everybody to have fun with it, and so we just yeah. And even if you just pictures of cats, mice, and sentient cheeses,
right,
and evil cucumbers, still I like $13. It's amazing.
I mean, all cucumbers are evil, and everybody should know that. That's
seriously. Yeah, somebody said, I got feedback the other day. They're like, "That's not a cucumber, that's a pickle." And I looked at them, and I just, with all seriousness, say, "You don't know how salty his life has been. You don't know how it was like in the trenches. He pickle identifies. Let him be. He doesn't pickle identify. Let him be a cucumber. Just let him be a cucumber."
So tell us a little bit about. I mean, we're talking about some games right now, but tell us about the offerings you have for the holidays.
Okay, so a couple of things. One of the saddest things is I didn't get to see you my 4 or 5 times this year, Rick. Yeah. I normally get to see you. I get the biggest, warmest, most fantastic hug. For your viewers, if they've never had this hug is something that you want. It's a visceral, real thing. So since we don't have conventions, and you were talking about it, we make deluxe versions of our games.
Okay.
And by deluxe, I mean We hand number them. There was only 158 for the deluxe version of Hedgehog Hop. We hand print this bag,
Okay.
and then we make the tiles out of acrylic.
Yeah, those are so nice.
Yeah, and these are a thing you have to see in person to realize that you need this. Because, I give the demo of the game, and then you go like, yeah, this is a good game. And then you're like, oh, do you have any of those acrylics left? Normally, it's just for conventions. But because everybody needs a treat this Christmas, and because convention season got wiped out, we opened our inventory of convention stuff to our web store. So people can get the super high-end. I think there's only a handful of these left. You want it hand numbered, hand signed with this is crazy. Okay, so that is the thing that we're doing for people who want something, who had fear of missing out, that they wanted something that nobody else could have, that they got denied conventions. Okay?
All right.
So the next thing we have is, because you got to get something for everybody, is for retailers. And for retailers, our games, which are fantastic stocking stuffers, which this one's Squirrel or Die. This is the game that I later turned into this. This is the Hedgehog Hop. This is the game you can play on Sovereignty. Okay, so Squirrel or Die is, do you have the mental rigors to survive winter as a squirrel in the world's most dangerous backyard?
My backyard.
Yep. The Hedgehog Hop is a hedgehog dance party. It's super fun. And then you see, with this display, we have a space for the next game.
Yes.
But if you get this from us direct retailers, you get a great deal. You get free shipping, and you get this display for free.
And that's laser cut wood.
Yeah, for free. Laser cut wood for free display for your register. And believe you me, it is a great way for retailers to increase their size of sales every group of sales, somebody walking in, by $10.
Yeah.
Because that's what a Squirrel or Die is, and so forth and whatnot. So I highly recommend it. If you have a retailer who's looking for like quality stocking stuffers, retailers, I will ship it to you within 24 hours.
Wow, okay.
Free shipping within 24 hours, free display.
That's perfect.
And the track record on that game is really good. We've sold over 5,000 of these guys,
okay,
which is great for this kind of game.
Yeah.
And BGG loves this game for a filler game. You know how hard it is to get people on BGG to like this game?
Or any game, really. I love the folks at Board Game Geek and everything, but I do get a chuckle sometimes when I jump on that page.
Well, everybody gets to tell you how they feel about their game, and some games are just not for people, and they want you. Boom! They're like, "That's a 0." I'm like, "What?"
Any game that's going to involve hedgehogs and a sock hop is a game that must be had.
It is. It is. So the last thing, of course, is for everybody. If you're having a hard time hooking up with your friends, because I have one of our fight fans, she has 2 houses filled with people who tested positive for COVID.
Oh, wow.
She is delivering, she's in healthcare. She's delivering like barrels of soup to these houses. One has 6 people into it, one has 5, helping them all out. These are a hard time, and so she still wants to give them the physical connection. You know how important like connecting with people is, Santa. Yes, and so if people want to play games with us on Sovereignty, it's free. The games are in rotation. Anybody can download the app. You do have to download the app. You do have to sign up. It's it's a little wiggle, but once you get in there, you'll realize the experience. It being consistent and approachable makes it worth that little bit of effort. If you played any of the other online board game ones, you'll realize that this will be a nice change of pace. It's great.
Yeah, I was actually watching a couple videos yesterday, live videos of people using Tabletop Simulator to do some demos with some other influencers and.
You have to. You have to.
Yeah, and so watching them play it, just here on on Facebook Live or whatever, they're having problems, glitches, mechanical issues as far as like how the computer was registering the game mechanics and stuff. Which I understand is a part of the process. You know, doing stuff like this, there's always the potential of the camera go down or audio will have issue. There's always gonna be problems. When I played Hedgehog Hop and Sushi Go with you on Sovereignty, clean.
It was, and it's not perfect, but it's clean. And guess what? Tabletop Simulator is only for people with PCs and Steam, right? You know, 2020 is hard. Not everybody can afford like all the technologies they want, but the one that everybody agrees on is a phone.
Yeah.
And being able to play on your phone with your, and it has voice built in. I know you and I use Discord, and we're using Zoom now, but it has voice built in. So once you're set up, you're like, oh, okay, you can just be talking with your friends and playing games and whatever else. If you actually are someplace like New Zealand where you can play outside and whatever it is, and you don't have all the space on a table but still want to play at a meal, it's also super good for that. Right? Awesome. It's super fun. I would check it out. Like I said, it's an open beta and it's free right now. So the rotating menu is whatever game is free. On Tuesdays, we run an event so you can play everything practically. Come check it out. Also, what has helped me with retailers is I've been giving them demos of Hedgehog Hop and training their staff on Hedgehog Hop using the Sovereignty platform.
That's perfect. Dang.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely. I mean, play the game, you'll realize it's good.
Yeah, absolutely. So where can anybody who's watching this video, and everybody watching this video, make sure you go to these places, find Fight in a Box?
So we're fightingabox.com. So that's really easy. Sovereignty's got a weird spelling, but I'll hook up links too. Okay. The big announcement for today, of course, is our Kickstarter sign-up page just went live for Mouse Cheese. And so I'll send you those links, Santa, so that people can, all the links for all the things. But fightingabox.com, we redid the entire motif of the site. Check it out. Yeah. In the Stolen Art Gallery theme, which is the mysteries of Mouse Cheese. And just between you and me, I may have lost my mind. We redid more than 27 classic art pieces, like Monet's and Degas and all this kinds of stuff, as mousterpieces, so that the entire world of Mouse Cheese Cat Cucumber, which is called Mechanical Corners, has its own interpretation. I recommend checking out the Monachisa. I really recommend checking out the Monachisa. It is fantastic. It is really good. Does that answer your questions? Great, Santa.
It does. Those answer all the questions about the gaming side of what I need to ask you.
Woohoo!
I have two other questions for you, though.
I'm on board.
All right, here we go. First question. What is a holiday tradition that you, Seppy, look forward to and partake in every year?
Okay. Well, I haven't done this in a few years, but my family's very jaded. And not everybody, I want to share the story in a fun sort of way, like a Christmas story sort of way, but not everybody gets to have great family experiences, and that should be okay. Everybody should feel good that they just had what they had and they've gotten past it or whatever it is. Right. So our family tradition is, it's not Christmas until Dad starts screaming. So invariably, there will be something like a father would to get frustrated, right? We had this fake synthetic tree that we used like every year growing up that he, you know, and invariably something would happen and one of us would not, you know, perform up to expectations, and then he would lose it. But by the end, we're all older and jaded. We would just look at each other, and when he did it, we were waiting for it. We'd just turn at us and scream, "Merry Christmas!" And then the old man would have to go walk out of the room.
That's glorious.
I hope that's a more upbeat story than it sounds, but it is really upbeat.
Oh, you know, taking something that might have been uncomfortable in your youth,
right?
Something that is, you and your siblings are literally like,
wait for it.
Something that is enjoyable and a part of your family tradition. It's kind of funny. Granted, he probably doesn't find it funny at all, but I mean, I can see how that could be fun for you and your siblings, and that's nice list material to me.
Well, this idea that you have to transmute your pain right? You don't want to belittle anybody's pain. You don't want to make fun of people's pain. But if you want to give them an avenue so that they can laugh at their own pain and we can all laugh at our pain, and like 2020 really is a year that we all need to figure out where the joy is.
Yes.
That really is like what I do as a game designer. That's sort of my game design aesthetic. I know my themes are weird, and the games are a little smarter than the themes are right?
I mean, you're great.
But yeah. But as for an aesthetic, I think that story really, we gamified this thing that was awkward for us.
That is awesome. Okay, now question number 2 on the holiday trend. What is a treat or snack or dish that you only get during the holidays that you really look forward to every year?
Okay, I got 2 things in this category. I've got old guy story and I've got the actual answer. I'm going to start with the actual answer, which is chestnuts. I just love boiled or roasted chestnuts.
Okay.
I'm half Korean and half Irish.
Okay.
And so I can indefinitely just eat a meal of just potatoes or just kimchi. It's weird. They're on total different ends of the spectrum if people don't know how spicy kimchi is and how, like, if you've just ever just boiled the potato and not done anything and just ate it, I would do that. That's fine. I'll hook it up. You know, no sour cream. So chestnuts are one of those things. They're just such a pure. Have you ever gone for a high-end Polish food, Santa?
I have.
It is fantastic. People don't realize like how nuanced the flavors of and then how they put in creams. It's different than the really salty garlic French. It is sort of playing in a very different color, like taste palette with beets and potatoes, but it can be fantastic.
I love beets.
So chestnuts are sort of cousin to that taste palette. Okay. Now every year, however, we're recording this the day after Veterans Day, and I'm a veteran. I got kicked out of the service for don't ask, don't tell.
Okay.
And so how this relates to the food thing is, the person who was handling my case in the service, my Aunt Mary, who I love to death, called them up and said, and it was a very dangerous time. I was in the service, a dangerous time for this, and that, if people on the base had figured it out, I was taken off for a reason. But my Aunt Mary, she's like, the person who was facilitating my case, she's like, you need to help him. You need to make it go quickly. And if you do this, I will give you a fruitcake.
Okay.
And so she bribed the petty officers in charge of my legal to look out for me with this fruitcake. And so every year we think about, of course I wouldn't eat fruitcake, I think it's death, but there's such a positive memory. He loves fruitcake. And he was like, yeah, I love this weird thing. And I was like, so every year this comes up, this reminds me of a kindness of my Aunt Mary and this person who helped me out at a very difficult time does. So does that help you with the food story?
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I have had fruitcake, but I've never really, outside of just the chestnut you crack with, in the big mixed bowl of nuts, I've never had boiled chestnuts.
Oh, they're good.
Or roasted chestnuts.
They're fantastic.
So I'm going to try.
If you they're slightly sweet. Think of like a slightly sweet, slightly gamey potato.
Okay. I don't know if you knew this, and I know nobody on the live or the when they do watch this are going to know this about me, is last year when I left my job at that company I used to work for, I went on a diet, and I did the mono diet where you only eat a certain food for 2 weeks straight.
Yeah.
And that was potatoes.
So you can't eat potatoes anymore?
No, I can. I'm in the same boat as you. I love potatoes. And the thing is during that 2 week time frame, you can't eat any potato that has anything on it. They're just plain. You can microwave them, you can boil them, you can bake them, but you can't put nothing on them, and you can eat even sweet potatoes. So I'll do like some russets for the morning and a sweet potato for dinner. Right?
That worked. I could do that. I could totally do that.
Yeah. And I lost like 30 pounds. Yeah. So I'm actually considering doing it again. We'll see after the holidays.
No. No one likes a skinny Santa, Rick. Ho, ho, ho.
Well,
No one likes a skinny Santa.
I want to redistribute it a little bit back to maybe a little younger form.
I totally understand. And I super appreciate you having on board and listening to my old guy stories.
It's the best. I was wondering if you're going to be like bust out Werther's as your, which was cool. And absolutely an old man story.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. Everybody up at the North Pole, once they get to see this, they're going to be really happy.
Oh my gosh, I love me some elves.
And for everybody watching this, make sure you go to Fight in the Box.
Yep.
Yeah, Fight in the Box. Fightinthebox.com. Find them on all the social media platforms that you can. Follow their Kickstarter launch page so that you know that when it's launching, you get that information.
The undefeated Rick Agney and Mouse Cheese Cat Cucumber just crushing it. Did you win as the cat?
What's that?
Did you win as the mouse?
As the mouse.
You won. Oh, yeah, you were sneaky. Like, Santa's good at sneaking into houses. I'm not surprised you won as the mouse.
And after I made my winning move, you had said, you could have done that like 5 moves ago. And I was like, yeah, but I wanted to see the game play out. Because if you remember, some of our other industry friends had come up and were like, hey, we got this other thing we were supposed to go do. I was like, well, hold on a second. And I just went tick, tick, and there it was. The other 2 guys were like, what the heck?
Gamma seems like so long ago, Rick. It seems like so long ago. Oh my gosh.
It was. I mean, and it was for us. This year is like dog year. It's 7 years in.
Yeah, it does. It seems like a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
It really does. It's crazy. Yeah.
So, but the good thing about it is that we're healthy, we're safe, and everybody out there watching are maintaining their social distances, we hope, and wearing your masks out in public. We definitely subscribe to that here and hope that everybody out there watching this does too, so that we can get back to a sense of normalcy, return to our convention scene, and be able to get those big hugs. Because I miss giving them. They may be a little different, in the future because of the whole situation that we're in now. But
I will mask up to hug you to get the right hug. I will do whatever it takes to get in there.
Perfect. On that note, everybody, again, Seppy, thank you so much. And
Absolutely.
for everybody else, have a wonderful day after watching this. Watch it to the end. And I hope to see you all in the future, and especially at your friendly local game store.
Yeah.